1 or 2.
Good morning. You don't know Jack is an important part of your day, loaded with vitamins, minerals, trivia, and trivia byproducts. So, how many people will be? One player? Good. Competition only slows down the game. Are you a first time? That's what I thought. I'm so glad to see you back. I really am. May I have your name, please? Very good. If you feel like buzzing, use the letter B. Again, welcome to the ride, and I'll see you at the bottom.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. You Don't Know Jack is sponsored by Underwear Invisible Undergarments for today's modern man. Feel safe, feel secure, feel invisible. And now, please welcome your host, Josh Schmitty Schmitzenstein.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the game. You know, I have to admit, I'm a little hurt that you didn't want to hang out in my dressing room. It's nice, you know, for a janitor's closet. Okay, whatever you do, don't close your eyes on the ride. You do not want to miss this. Buzz in for the... This category is... I can't see him, but he's still my little friend. Look no further, here's your question. If you have an imaginary friend named No-See-Em, how much you play? No-See-Ems are these little tiny biting flies. You know, it's a rare friendship when you can say bite me and still stay close. Buzz in and tell me. This one's called... If you were a window, I could see through you. Okay, it's party time with 3,653 of my best friends. Say you're watching TV and the cones in your retina stop working. Consider... Since the cones in your retina allow you to see colors, losing them would leave you in a black and white world. But unfortunately, the cable guy won't be able to help you. He can't do anything about your astigmatism either, so don't ask. Work that. Your category's gonna be... Did you see the Invisible Man? Let's say that in a desperate attempt not to be boring, an economist tries to get all artsy and writes a hip new horror movie. Say the economist writes a movie about the Invisible Man. Because the title includes an actual economic theory, what might the film be called? The Invisible Head. Economist Adam Smith proposed that individuals in a capitalist society act in self-interest, but to the benefit of the society as a whole, as though guided by an invisible hand. An invisible hand that'll be on every fast food container in this country if Spielberg does the film. Buzz in and
There was a man who wore a cloak and spying was his game. Oh, C-L-O-A-K, C-L-O-A-K had nothing underneath except his little dagger.
Welcome to Cloak. Remember, to win the cash, buzz in when the first letter of the answer lights up. If you get all 5 letters, you win the bonus. Let's do it. Secret Blank Man. Wait, agent. James Bond has a license to what? Kill him. American Intelligence Agency. CIA. Stays awake and watches for trouble. Look out! One more letter and the bonus is yours. Under lock and blank. Wacky Doctor's Game. Smooth Operator. Oh yeah. Cloak. That's it, my friend. Check out your score there, make sure everything's in order, and we're moving on. All right, bud. Up next, he's got a thing that's called Radar Love. Okay, do you remember Radar O'Reilly, the guy with the teddy bear from the TV show MASH and the movie? Well, say Radar O'Reilly actually has radar. Which of these things would be the most difficult for him to detect? A hang glider, a stealth bomber, The shape and material of the stealth bomber makes it really difficult to detect by radar. Just like the shape and material of Radar O'Reilly made it very difficult for him to attract the ladies. Hit that buzzer. The category is... War is easy. Comedy is hell. Hey, do you remember the unknown comic? You know, that guy in the Gong Show whose face we never saw because it was covered by a paper bag? Imagine that after he dies, he's buried in the tomb of the unknown soldier. If the unknown comic were interred there, how many unknown bodies would then be buried at Arlington National Cemetery? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Currently, there are 3 soldiers buried there, one from World War I, World War II, and Korea. The soldier from Vietnam was identified, and hopefully no one's planning on replacing him. So, adding the unknown comic would make 4. You know, it's too bad they didn't have plastic grocery bags when the unknown comic was popular. Sticking one of those over his head would have been the most entertaining thing he ever did. Hit that buzzer and try to snag the highest value you can. Coming at you. A real man stares at the sun. Okay, so you know how Manfred Mann's Earth Band sings a well-known cover of Bruce Springsteen's Blinded by the Light, right? Well, what the hell is Manfred Mann's Earth Band trying to sing? Revved up like a deuce? What Mr. Mann and the boys are trying to say is, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. And if you think that's bad, you gotta hear their cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit. Here's a little something I call... Nude is artistic. Naked is just frightening. Well, since we covered some 70s music with Manfred Mann, seems only appropriate that we move up a decade. Apparently, the 80s band Naked Eyes is no longer visible to the naked eye. I mean, I haven't seen them in years, and I was a big fan. Considering the title of Naked Eye's big hit, which of these would make the best epitaph? Naked Eye's big fat 80s hit was always something there to remind me. Yeah, you know, there always will be something there to remind me. It's called Muzak. I want you to hit your buzzer. Oh, nice one. You want some trouble, my friend? You got it. Let's get into a Dis or Dat. This Dis or Dat questions category is... Size doesn't matter as long as you can see it, right? All right, now I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it shrinks or turns invisible. Cash in for each one you get right, and you lose cash if you get one incorrect or don't get to it. You got to get all 7 of them in 30 seconds. Let the magic begin. Perseus and Van. Allison Wood, Bilbo Baggett, the Cheshire, a penis and cold water. Okay, I'm impressed. Here's your current score. You feel good about that? Let's keep going. Hit the button. Up next, the Battle of the Bulges. Hey, do you know those little thongs that guys wear? You know, some people call them banana smugglers because, you know, they do. They look like, come on, you know what I mean. Say the title character from The Scarlet Pimpernel wore a thong. Based on the nationality of... The Scarlet Pimpernel is the story of a disguised British noble who rescues French aristocrats during the Revolution. French fries smuggler. Like me to supersize that for you? Work that The category is... Dead Time Stories. Okay, listen up. It's story time. Once upon a time, there was this guy, right? And he had this, like, ingrown toenail, right? I mean, it was killing him, but he refused to go to a doctor because he thought he could take care of it himself, right? So he went at it with this butter knife and a fork. He tried prying back his skin so he could dig out the infected nail, but the pain was just too severe, right? So he decided to get so drunk he wouldn't feel the pain, only that screwed up his motor skills, so he was digging in the wrong place. Finally, the throbbing got so bad, he just hacked off the toe with a steak knife and bled to death in his bathroom. What was this guy's problem? He couldn't see the forest for the trees. When you focus on the little things so much that you lose track of the big picture, that's when you can't see the forest for the trees. But I think the real lesson here is, don't pick at your toes with a fork. Buzz in and... That'll work. Try this category. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and ask this. Have you ever heard that masturbating can make you go blind? Me neither, but it brings up a good question. And, here it is. So just go ahead and buzz in when you got it. That's right. According to the medical profession, chronic masturbation will not make you go blind. However, pressing your nose against the TV trying to tune in the after-hours pay-per-view channels at 3 in the morning may cause eye strain. Buzz in. See if you see what I see in this clue. I don't know what you see in her. Just remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, I'd like to hold her. Was that out loud? Damn, that was almost perfect. That's a shame nobody saw it.
Hey, Bob. What are you doing sitting at your computer?
Good morning. You Don't Know Jack is an important part of your day, loaded with vitamins, minerals, trivia, and trivia byproducts. So, how many contestants are... Oh, so there's only one of you. That's fine. There's only one of me, too. Is this your first time? Splendid. Glad you had the courage to play again. Please type in your name. Very good. I need to remind you that your buzzer is the letter B. Again, welcome to the ride, and I'll see you at the bottom.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of You Don't Know Jack is sponsored by Cluburbia, suburban community living with only the people you like. And now, please welcome the one, the only, Schmitty.
Hey, welcome to the game. I guess we're heading out to the burbs, huh? Do I look nondescript enough? So, we don't need no Mall of America amusement park. We got a ride right here. Hang on tight. Hit that. This one's called... But suburbia is our cultural wasteland. Okay, say you're a mother in the suburbs with 3 screaming kids and no help from your husband. Isn't that always the way? Well, bottle up your anger and imagine this. You send your kids out to play in the cul-de-sac. If you translate the phrase directly into English, what? Sack means bag and cul means bottom, or in slang, ass. But if you're skateboarding, be careful you don't wipe out in the ass of the bag. All right, bud, coming at you. Will someone please think of the suburban children? Okay, the census tells us that households in the suburbs have 2 parents, a house, 2 cars, a dog, and 2.5 kids, right? Well, if everyone in town has just half a kid in their family, who is probably in charge? King Solomon is the wise biblical king who's famous for settling a custody battle by suggesting a baby be cut in half so 2 different women could share it. It's a great story, look it up. It's not a real popular custody ruling in the suburbs because, you know, it's tough to get half a kid into a good preschool these days. Buzz in for the buzz. That'll work. Try this category. Honey, I Shrunk the Yuppies. Okay, so first there were young urban professionals we called yuppies, right? Then there were buppies, and now we got dinks. Well, if you buy shrinky dinks, what demographic will you be coloring and then shrinking in the oven? DINK is an acronym for double income, no kids. And the shrinky part is a dink's dream. Low-cost plastic surgery. Work that buzzer to choose the amount. Roadkill time. Don't forget, smack that buzzer to grab the item that correctly unites the 2 items on the screen. And pay attention to the right answers for the bonus round at the end. Okay, it's time to punch it. Famous dolphin and scuba footwear. Where do these items intersect? Archery equipment and discount store chain. Full speed equals full blank and jousting tournament. Toilet tool and person who dives from tall buildings. Students want extra blank and buying with plastic. Score! 20 years and get laid. Carpenter and excess crops. Okay, bonus time. What do all of the correct answers have in common? Are they all bartender jargon? Most common suburban street names. Pinball machine term. You got it. Great. Now, tell me something. Have you heard the term video game? Let go of the 70s. Check out your score there. Make sure everything's in order. And we're moving on. Slap your category's gonna be skinny dipping is an exhibition sport. You know, most people think pool hopping is just jumping in and out of some stranger's pool and running off to the next one. But I'm telling you, it takes skill and training, like any sport. Suppose pool hopping were part of the modern pentathlon. Which of the following would Olympic athletes be? The modern pentathlon includes swimming, fencing, shooting, running, and riding horses, not bikes. So after they jump in their neighbor's pool, they'd also be able to leave flaming bags of horse duty on their front porches. Ah, youth. want you to hit your... All right, looking good, looking healthy. Here's your category. Fake vomit. Get your fake vomit here. Check this out. If ubiquitous novelty store Spencer Gifts had been founded by historical figure Herbert Spencer, what would its ad slogan most likely be? Fundies are only... Herbert Spencer is the guy who coined the phrase survival of the fittest. Then Darwin used it and got all famous. Darwin also likes to take credit for Spencer's classic snake popping out of the peanut can gag. Hit the buzzer for the value on this one. Well, that's hardly worth my time. Let's try this category. Look for the gold blazers and cloven hooves. Hey, take a look at this real estate listing, will you? When you know what town the house is in, buzz in, start typing. For sale. Go for it. Type. That Long Island dream house with the bleeding walls, swarms of flies, and the little phantom pig running around, it's in Amityville. And as long as you can swing an axe, it's the perfect fixer-upper. Hit that. Here's a little something I call et tu, fruité. Okay, you know that store in the mall, Orange Julius? And you can get like an orange Julius or a strawberry Julius or a banana, you know, whatever freaking Julius you want. If Orange Julius added even more fruits to its menu, an onion isn't a fruit, so an onion Julius would be out of the question. Onion Julius. No way! Wild scallions couldn't make me drink one of those. Buzz in and tell me. Yeah, there's a nice one. Way to go. Your category is... You just got geekier. Hey, do you remember sitting in the orthodontist chair when you were a kid? All those elastic bands and headgear and the cruel mockery of your peers? Or maybe that was just me. Anyway, if you'd been forced to wear mathematical braces, what would be in your... These mathematical symbols are called braces. And trust me, they look really gross when they get corn stuck in them. Buzz in and lock on to the highest. You chose wisely. You want some trouble, my friend? You got it. Let's get into a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat is This Is Your Brain on Suburbia. Now, I'm going to list off 7 brand names, and for each one, I'd like you to tell me if it's a type of minivan or a brand of drug. Cash in for each one you get right, and you lose cash if you get one incorrect or don't get to it. You gotta get all 7 of them in 30 seconds. Let the magic begin. Astro, van or drug? Axel. Solo. Silhouette. FX. Red. Damn, shut me up pretty well, huh? That was great. Here's your current score. You feel good about that? Let's keep going. This category is roughhousing at the Target. Hey, listen up. We're going to play a little game of darts here. Well, not really, just... Okay, to keep score, let's say that the bullseye is worth 10 points, the ring around that is worth 9, and moving outwards, each ring is worth 1 less than the one inside it. You got it? How many points would you get for hitting the outermost ring in a... The Target logo has a bullseye and 2 rings. If the score goes down a point for each ring, you got 8 points. Nice shooting, Tex. That'll really come in handy when you're out throwing big gulps at neighborhood children. Hit that buzzer and grab the... I'm calling this one. You say acid wash, I say frosted denim. Okay, you remember how acid wash jeans used to be all the rage? All right then. Suppose Bugle Boy introduces a new line of nitric acid wash. Nitric acid is used in explosives. Which means my jeans must be nitric acid wash, because I blew them out last week after chili night. Work that buzzer to choose the... Some clues are a brush off, and, well, some clues are like this one. We're going to the mall. Where's my comb? It's
right in the back pocket of those tight jeans, honey. I can see the individual freaking teeth on it, okay? All right, let's see your final score. There it is.
Is your home in desperate need of appliances?
Better start treating me right. I need your whole heart, not just 2%. Oh cow, I long for you every night. When you moved into our cottage, I said to myself, hey, she's the one. You didn't have to milk it or egg me on, but our chances are skim to none. Give me your true and utter love, all else pales in comparison. I need your true and utter love, don't you dare refuse me some. Give me your true and utter love, all else pales in comparison. I need your true and utter love, don't you dare refuse me some.